Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exciting episode of Trigger Warning Radio. I am your host, the Kaiju Conservative. So, James Woods, conservative actor and firebrand and very, very active Twitter personality, found himself suspended from Twitter on Friday. And the reason he was suspended is monumentally stupid. Let me just tell you why he was suspended. So James tweeted out a meme, which is essentially a fake ad, and this ad had a bunch of happy smiling soy boys on it, and the caption for the meme was, "We're making a woman's vote count more by staying home," and it had the hashtags "women only midterm," and there was another hashtag on there too. I can't remember exactly. I'm going off of memory. I don't have it in front of me. I'll get a link to the tweet and let you put that in the description below. Let you read it. So James Woods basically tweeted out his tweet basically said, this is probably, paraphrasing, this is probably fake, but given given the state of liberals today, anything is possible. So Twitter went ahead and suspended him for possible. I can't even say it. They suspended him for potentially influencing an election, and that's just now the fact that anybody would be influenced by a meme during an election season, it's preposterous, and it's actually it's really funny because it basically assumes that all leftist men are freaking morons, which, let's face it, it's not too far from the truth. So anyway, James was very pissed. He released a statement through a reporter on Twitter, called Jack Dorsey, Twitter's CEO, a coward, and which Jack is, of course. He's been, ever since his congressional hearing, he's been playing lip service to free speech and acting like, Twitter is this place where everybody is welcome and we want to keep it that way, and so on and so forth. Of course, the day after he testified to Congress, shadow bans were back in force. My shadow ban came back literally the day after his testimony, and of course people are getting suspended once again for arbitrary reasons like influencing an election when they post a meme, which is just completely retarded. Now, I have absolutely no idea if James Woods is back on Twitter at the moment. To be honest, I haven't checked. I haven't had the time to check today. It's been it's been one of those days, folks. But I'm sure he will be back on Twitter eventually. Either his suspension will be up, or there will be a statement released by Twitter saying that, it was a horrible, terrible mistake, and he shouldn't have been banned, and we'll bring him back. Funny how the mistakes on social media only seem to affect conservatives, isn't it, folks? It's just very funny. So, with all of this latest high profile suspension on Twitter kind of got me thinking, what is the solution here? What does James need to do moving forward? And the best solution that I can think of, folks, is to teach Twitter and social media in general a lesson, the social media giants in general a lesson, by moving off of them. Just leave Twitter, essentially. Get off of Twitter, move to one of the alt-tech platforms, and what better place to move to for James Woods than Gab? I mean, Gab has made some astonishing improvements over the last couple of days. They've recently unveiled a .com domain. There's a lot of other stuff coming down the pipe as well, and it's a very rapidly growing platform. I mean, it's one of I think it's in the top 5, one of the top 5 websites in Brazil, for example. It's within, I think, the first the top 2,000 websites in the United States, which is a huge accomplishment for a social media platform that is barely 2 years old when you think about it. I mean, they came out in what, 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. So 2, 3 years old, and they've gone through some astonishing growth, especially in the last couple of months, despite big tech's attempts to take them down. So James, if you're listening to me, I hope you are. I don't think you will be, but it would be awesome if you were. James, move on to Gab. Get on Gab. Come on over to the dank side of the internet. We will welcome you with open arms. You'll have a great time, at least as good a time as you would on Twitter. Hell, you don't even have to leave Twitter. Your Gab account can post to your Twitter account. Mine does it all the time, even though my Twitter account is shadow banned and nobody on Twitter is seeing me at all. But James, come over to Gab. Come over. We're waiting. We're willing to have you here. We'll welcome you with open arms. Your followers that you've gained over on Twitter, I will guarantee you a large portion of them will come over with you, and I'll guarantee a large portion of your conservative followers are wanting to move to Gab, and they are simply waiting for you to make the move. That is the best way for you to teach Twitter a lesson, not releasing statements through people on Twitter, calling out Jack, calling him a coward. Jack doesn't care. Let's be honest, Jack is a political animal. He is a leftist, and leftists do not care what conservatives think. Jack is somebody who will happily burn his company to the ground as long as it's promoting social justice, leftism, globalism, and all those things that conservatives find completely odious. So once again, my final plea, James, come over to Gab. We want you here, and you are going to have a much better time on Gab than you will on Twitter. Hey guys, thanks so much for listening. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. As always, if you liked what you heard, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Both those things help me out quite a bit, and I will see you all next time.